Not another dip. That is probably how most of you guys are feeling this morning. However, this is just part and parcel of investing in the cryptocurrency space, guys. Those down days make those good days just feel all the more better. And everybody wants those insane multiples that the cryptocurrency space has to offer. However, few understand the journey that sees you getting there. And if we look at Ethereum in the prior bull market, obviously kicking off on the back end of the March 2020 crash, on the back end of global events, Ethereum essentially nearly 60x'd. And this is something I took part in, having accumulated Ethereum in the $100 range. And the road to making those returns was ultimately filled with pretty harsh and brutal pullbacks that always had pretty nasty narratives attached to them. And we're very much living through that once again. This is just what the cryptocurrency space is and does. And in the last month, so in February alone, we've had the largest ever liquidation event, and that includes events that have taken place like FTX and the March 2020 crash. We've also had the largest rug pull in regards to what took place with Argentina. And on Friday, and we'll update you on that, guys, we had the largest hack ever. Welcome to the crypto space, guys. And this is one reason why we keep impressing that weekly time frame view of the markets to you guys. And we'll be looking at that, of course, towards the end of the video. The cryptocurrency space, guys, is destined for great things. We're on the cusp of it, and you've just got to be in it to win it. And I think understanding the kind of frustrating nature of this space from a price point of view is an important part of making sure that you're in it to win it. And there are truly brighter days ahead of us. I do believe that's all technically signaled. Fundamentally, very much you can make the case for. And of course, even macroeconomically, with what I believe is about to take place with the dollar and a kind of easing that's to come from the US. Certainly for a number of reasons. Technically, that's signaled if you look at the Dixie, I think, and a kind of 2017 repeat. But also in regards to all that debt that needs to be rolled up, the kind of debt cycles. Nearly $9 trillion of debt has to be kind of refinanced in the coming year. But that's for an entirely different video. I wanted to start on this because people get a bit down in the dumps, a little bit frustrated. But if you look at Cardano, for example, we just looked at Ethereum. This did, for me, it was near enough 100x. Wasn't quite. My average entry was about 8 cents in the last bull market. But you can see the journey. Look at all these brutal pullbacks, some up to 52%, 58%, etc., etc. 30, 40% pullbacks were just commonplace. But you had to kind of endure those to get the kind of multiples. You're not going to be able to time every top and bottom, every local top and bottom in what is a broader uptrend. I can't, so I don't believe many other people out there will be able to. You just want to be in it to win it and long when there's reason to be. And, of course, out when there is reason to be. And markets very much just rinse and repeat. And we're just at this kind of inning in regards to what's to come. So, hang in there, guys. I understand the frustration. Certainly when you wake up and you've got a Coinbase notification saying HBAR's down 5% or whatever. It's never a nice thing to wake up to. Certainly in regards or with the context of that over a period of time. Last year predominantly was a very sideways losing year for the altcoin sector. November really just propelled us into, and we're still hundreds of percent up in regards to 80% of our portfolio. But it's never nice sort of waking up to this sort of stuff, but it's just part and parcel of the cryptocurrency space. And if you can't deal with it, go and do things like getting outside and exercising. That's largely how I deal with the markets and life is through doing a lot of physical exercise. Anyway, this isn't a self-help channel. This is a crypto channel. Let's get into some news because there's a lot of it to cover. We've got Binance and other exchanges, what appears to be selling a lot of Ethereum and potentially Solana, which could have everything to do with what took place with Bybit and how people are now helping them out. And actually, Bybit, you've got to give it to Ben, considering that was the largest hack ever. $1.4 billion. They've dealt with it like absolute champs. And they're now at a stage, this is the latest update, where Bybit has already fully closed the Ethereum gap. New audited POR report, proof of reserve, will be published very soon to show Bybit is again back to 100% one-to-one on client assets through Merkle Tree. Stay tuned. Since being hacked, Bybit has received 446,000 Ethereum, $1.23 billion through loans, well deposits, and ETH purchases. So you've got to give it to Ben and Bybit. I think they've done an amazing job. Audited proof of reserve update. And here we go. And we've got a lot of reports coming out, but I think that this perhaps could be explainable, that Binance is selling massive Ethereum, or sells massive Ethereum. Market reaction. Recent social media activity reports that Binance, a predominant cryptocurrency exchange, has been selling significant volumes of Ethereum in the past few hours. This activity coincides with a report price drop of Ethereum by over 4%, bringing it to approximately $2,691. While there is speculation regarding the reasons behind the sales, from market manipulation to a strategic asset adjustment, no official comments from Binance have been made. So this could be linked to essentially what's taking place with Bybit. However, we don't know. Also, a similar thing seems to be taking place with Solana, not perhaps in regards to direct selling, but certainly millions being transferred. Binance transfers millions in Solana amid price decline. Recent transaction shows Binance has transferred significant amounts of Solana to market maker Wintermute within the last few hours. This activity has coincided with the recent price drop. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, to be honest with you. There could be internal things going on. Binance might need liquidity, or it could have everything to do with, of course, the Bybit situation, because Binance, I think, would have likely helped Bybit, and of course Bybit have literally came through this like absolute champs, which is just, you know, phenomenal. And we've had to contend with this. I know it gets a bit tough in the crypto space, certainly on kind of boring days like today, but look at what's happened in the past month and look at where we are in retrospect. You know, when we look at a weekly view of the markets, we're in an exceptionally good position, and there are extremely bright days ahead. Markets don't top in depression. They top in euphoria. And also when you think, rather interestingly, about where monetary policy is, it's still very restrictive. That's all to be undone. And I think, you know, we're going to have this sort of real boom in risk assets that we've seen really the start of, and that's set to continue. And when you look at, whichever way technically you look at the cryptocurrency space, I think it's a really brilliant picture. So I really have no idea why Binance are doing this. But it could have everything to do with the Bybit situation. This week, we have two major events taking place in regards to the US government. The first is on the 26th, which is a Wednesday. We'll be streaming it, guys, don't worry. And I think this is from Scott Besant. Scott announces committee schedule for the week of February 24th. Wednesday, February the 26th, 2025, Digital Asset Subcommittee hearing exploring bipartisan legislative framework for digital assets. Now, this is interesting. The US Banking Committee, led by Cynthia Lummis, is set to revisit crypto regulations in an up-and-coming hearing entitled Exploring Bipartisan Legislative Framework for Digital Assets. Now, this isn't the only thing taking place. On the Thursday, we have the Sunshine Act meeting, and they had one of these last Thursday, and it's behind doors, so I won't be able to stream this. And very interestingly, on the back end of that, the Coinbase case was dropped, and so was the OpenSea one. And there's more that are going to come. And the question is, and a lot of people are asking, well, why didn't XRP's case get dropped? I think it's because it's a little bit more intricate. But in this Sunshine meeting, they are going to be talking about XRP and, of course, the whole ETF situation that's taking place, etc., etc., etc. So I would expect some interesting things coming out of this week. First of all, we've got a live hearing on the 26th, which we'll stream. And then we've got a Sunshine Act. And the last one resulted in Coinbase and OpenSea's cases getting dropped, which has huge ramifications for the space more broadly because, of course, in the Coinbase lawsuit, there was, I think, 20 or could have been over 30 cryptos that were cited as securities, and that's now been dropped, which has ramifications for those tokens. So there are lots of good things taking place. Often that can be shrouded in the kind of headlines, and it is a big event, what took place on Friday, but like I say, Bybit have handled it like absolute champions. As we like to do every single Monday, let's take a look at what the kind of ETP, the exchange traded product, which includes really all of them, flows are in CoinShares weekly report. Further outflows of $508 million following uncertainty on tariffs and monetary policy. So we're seeing continued downflows. The inflows have engulfed them, though. You're going to see ebb and flows. Digital asset investments saw outflows totaling $508 million as investors exercised caution following the US president's inauguration and the consequent uncertainty around trade tariffs, inflation, and monetary policy. Bitcoin was the primary focus, seeing $571 million in outflows, with some investors choosing to add to short positions. XRP, I wonder why, with everything coming up. And who uses ETPs? Well, retail typically buys on exchanges. XRP led with inflows of $38.3 million, having now seen $890 million of inflows since mid-November 2024. 2025 reflecting investors' hopes that the SEC will drop the lawsuit, and you can see this. This is impressive. Look, I mean, it's the best performing altcoins in regards to ETFs by a mile. In regards to ETPs, by a mile. Obviously, Bitcoin largely weighing things down, but we'll see what happens. Also, Ethereum and Sui saw inflows. I've actually got a long on Sui as we speak. When we look at the general space, despite everything that's happening, this looks great. This is going to see continuation. We've given you the kind of NVIDIA example. We won't use XRP. Just get NVIDIA up. You know, you've just got this consolidation after breaking all-time highs. That's really all that Bitcoin's undergoing. It will push through it and see a broader uptrend like what NVIDIA has embarked on. When we look at the total sort of market caps of the cryptocurrency space, let's just put this back to 1. Things look really good, guys. They really do. You know, this is going to turn around in a big way, and you just got to be in it to win it. And that's why we did the kind of exercise that we did at the start in regards to just looking at, if you want those insane multiples, well, there's a price to pay, and volatility, uncomfortability, frustration is that price. However, brighter days are truly ahead of us. We'll see what comes out this week in regards to the hearings. We'll keep you up to date, as always, every single day here on the channel. That's it from me, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. Have a wonderful or a magical Monday, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.